me introduce you first. Okay, we got here Mr. Get It On Wrong, don't, okay? And he experienced in this duration time of incarceration, he was incarcerated with a serial killer. The serial killer that killed 30 black prostitutes that was, and white also. He buried them in his backyard. Now tell me, what was that like when you had to be face to face and be one-on-one with the serial killer, Mr. Wrong, don't get along?
It was crazy, y'all. Let me tell you how it was. We had to deliver his food to his cell. He had like on a green, like a rug thing. It's real thick.
He said a rug.
It is. It was like a rug thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you ever see anybody in a shoe, if anybody ever been incarcerated or any prison officials know what the shoe is, when people can't be trusted with their clothes and no utensils, no paper, no nothing, because they might try to kill themselves. They in there with nothing. All they in there is with this thing on, this like rug, thick old thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They can't tear it apart, you know, or nothing. They got when they lay down on that. You know what I'm saying? They cover themselves up with that, everything. It's crazy.
And what, I mean, did he ever say? Okay, did he ever say anything to you, or did you have to say anything to him?
No. I mean, he was like a older white man. He didn't say much. He didn't say nothing. All he did was stare and take his food and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He stared.
But I had heard all about him because they had the newspapers in there with all the different girls that he had killed. And they had all their different papers in there. And all their different faces and stuff in there.
Seriously? Had anyone ever talked to him?
I don't know if anybody ever talked to him before.
But
a lot of people in town knew him. Even some of the people I was locked up with knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? He used to drive around a lot and pick up litter and pick up cans and stuff like that. That's how they knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? Just the can man. And then he lived with his mother. You know what I'm saying? His mother had passed away. He still stayed in her house. And then when they finally did find out who he was, they dug up his backyard and wasn't nothing but like different bodies and stuff from the different prostitutes that he had killed. It was crazy.
Wow. That's something else. I would have talked to him. I would have interviewed him. I would have asked him what made him. Was y'all now allowed not to talk to him?
But they told him, you know what I'm saying, when you're the worker and stuff, all you're supposed to do is pass people their food. You're not supposed to talk to nobody. Pass them their food. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, go on to the next cell. You ain't supposed to sit there and have a conversation with them because when you go into the shoe, you have a guard with you. You know what I'm saying? You have a guard. Well, you have a guard with you with every pod you go to. But when you go to the shoe, they have to open up each individual cell things or whatever, open them up or whatever, and then give them the food or whatever. So.
Damn. So no one was not allowed to talk to him. Well, did y'all used to see him transporting them around that time?
Hell no.
Y'all never see him taking them out to sell or anything? Was he allowed to interact like when it was time to go out on the yard?
He can't do none of that stuff. He stayed in his cell 24 hours a day unless it's time for him to go to the doctor.
Or the shower.
I'm sure they gave him a shower. You know what I'm saying? Or to the shower or something like that, but it's a court or whatever. That's it. Or to see his lawyer. That's it. Okay, see, let me get this boy this shit.
Okay.
So I can go lay back down.
Right. So you got it there for Mr. Wrong, don't get it home. He had cell phones. That's one. I'm a little jealous that he had that experience with the guy because everyone knows that I have like a small town, just a little bit small town infatuation with serial killers. I was watching this Nico, birthday girl. I had watched this movie called The Green River Killer, and this guy started killing black women and young girls. The oldest one he killed was 22. They was all 16, 15, 17, 18 years old. He was killing from 1982, and they caught him in 2008, and it destroyed the detective's life at that time. I was working on it because he was frustrated. He was irritated. He had that weight on him to catch this guy. And now the killer, they had caught him and brought him into the station and interviewed him several times, but they kept letting him go. Because at that time, they didn't have this thing called DNA, with your saliva and everything. And I think he got a share break. They kept cutting him loose because of his skin color. Yeah, exactly, you know. And when they interviewed him, he was a big pussy. He kept saying, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And they was going to give him the death penalty, but how he escaped it because it was 30 other bodies that they never recovered and found. And so for them to make that, for the parents, to give them some closure of putting their kids away, he was going to trade his whereabouts and admitting to what he did and tell why he did it and how he did it. And he was saying that he was on, they said, how do you feel about this? He said he only feel angry and mad. You know why he said he was angry and mad?
He got caught.
Yeah. That's what he said. He said because he got caught. And then he started bragging to him. He said, I led y'all low. I had y'all food for 20 years. He bragged to that man. I had y'all food for 20 years. Y'all didn't catch me. And one of the girls had scratched his arm during the getaway. She had scraped his arm. And so when they was bringing him in, to interview him, because everybody that had been caught soliciting prostitutes and drove a pickup truck, they all had to come abroad and bring them in. So when he was the one that was bringing them in, and that scratch was on his arm, he said, hold on for a minute, let me like my thing. He went in there and took some battery acid out of his garage and poured it on his arm right quick, just to kill that, to take away that mark. Yeah, sure did. And guess what he was? He was a nerd, a lame. Yeah, he was a nerd, and that's why them girls trusted him. Because they was wondering why so many girls was submissive. He got so many of them. You know, most serial killers look creepy and look sick, and he didn't look like that. He looked like a little Pee Wee Herman ass type nerd. Yeah, he said he prayed on that. He said he never stood on the holster picking the girls up. He said how he did, because he didn't want a lot of people to notice him picking them up. He said what he did was he always threw his hood up in his truck. Was acting like he was changing his oil or just wiping down his car, and the girls walk up to him and say, hey, want a date? He sure, get in. That's how he got him. Sure did. All right, y'all, so say happy birthday to Miko. Let's sing happy birthday to her right now, Jack. You ready?
I don't sing happy birthday.
Why you don't say happy birthday? Let's say happy birthday to her.
Give us something to put it on now. You done say happy birthday to about 20 times on
Okay, so we out of here. Peace. Say peace to him, Jay.
Peace. What is this anyway?
This is going to be on YouTube.